What's up, party people? I'm coming at you with story time number 2. And I'm wearing this ridiculous makeup because I just did a haul video, which you probably already watched or are about to watch because you're like, why the fuck does she look like that? Okay, so today's story time is gonna be, as you can see from the title, I stayed at a haunted hotel during spring break with my family because my dad was running the LA Marathon. And what would happen when we were there was pretty wild. Definitely not one of like the scariest ghost stories. Like, this definitely isn't gonna be like the end all be all scariest thing that's ever happened to anybody. Like, no, but it's pretty wild. So basically, last year for spring break, my dad was running the LA Marathon, so we decided to stay at a hotel in Santa Monica, which is where like the ending of the race would be, so that we could just go right back to the hotel when he was done. Comment below if you've had to follow your parents to a marathon kids. It's like boring as fuck to just stand around and like wait for them to come for however long it takes them to run the 26 miles. I think I'm gonna start the story. I'm showering, and like you'll realize as the story goes on why I started here. So basically, I'm showering, and while I'm in the shower, like I hear people talking outside in the hallway, and it kind of just adds to like the whole ambiance of it. I'm like, oh, this is so exciting! Like people outside our room are even having fun. Like, we're having fun. Like, this is dumb lit, like litty as fuck. So like, basically, I shower. I get out of the shower. I'm the last person to finish showering, and I go in the room and everyone's asleep. And our room, like the suite that we're staying in, is a bedroom with 2 queen beds in it, and a bathroom, and then like a living room. And so in the 2 beds, it's my dad and his girlfriend, and then the other bed, it's me and my brother. And so basically, everyone's totally asleep, and I get out of the shower, dry off, I get in bed, and I lay in bed with the lights off and my eyes closed for probably easily like 7 seconds, and then the light turns back on. But I mean, we did just get into this hotel room, so when the light goes back on, I'm kind of like, oh, like somebody must be looking for something, like somebody probably needs help, because like why else would the lights be on? And when I open my eyes, I look around, and literally everybody else is asleep. Like 100% like knocked out, like has been knocked out for over 15 minutes. Like everyone else is completely asleep, and the lights had just turned on. So I wake up my dad's girlfriend because I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what? So I wake her up because like I'm quaking in this moment. I was like, what the fuck? So then she wakes up my dad, and my dad's kind of like, because my dad is not like a superstitious person. Like, he does not believe in ghosts at all. So basically, when we tell him this, he's kind of just like, everyone's on crack. Doesn't believe anything anybody says. So my dad tells everybody else to go to sleep, and like that he's gonna deal with the situation. And I take his word for what happens next because he's not superstitious at all. So like he has no reason to like even make it up. Like, he doesn't even believe that ghosts are real. So we all go to sleep, and my dad stays up, and he says that he checks the whole like suite to make sure that there's nobody in it, like that we're not getting robbed, like there's literally no person that could have turned that light on. Then he goes to sleep. Then he says he's woken up at like 3 in the morning, and he can hear noises in like the living room part of our suite. And so he says that he starts listening to the conversation because it sounds like people talking. So he thinks that like we're about to get robbed, like these people are gonna steal some shit from us, like he wants to know what they want. But when he starts listening to them, he realizes that like it's not even people talking, it's just like a script. So he was like, what the fuck? So then he gets up and he goes in the living room, and he says that the TV and the light in the living room were flickering on and off, and like the channels were switching, like as if somebody was like literally like right there, like turning the lights on and off. And so then he unplugs the TV and unplugs the lamp because he was like, I'm not fucking with that shit. Like, just unplugs it, like, bitch, no. And then he like opens up a Bible in our room so that like weird shit stops happening in our room. And like then people are still talking outside at like 3 a.m. Like, people are still like partying. So I mean, at this point, my dad's like, I gotta tell him to stop because like it's literally 3 in the morning. Like, people can't like just be partying all fucking night. So when he goes outside to tell these people to stop making noise, he says literally that he turns the doorknob and opens the door, and as soon as he opens the door, all of the noise outside stops. Like 100% stops, like straight up nothing. So he walks out of the hotel room and like looks around, and there's nobody. And my dad's pretty much 100 like he's totally convinced, just completely, that there was never anybody outside of our room, because like we had like a corner suite, so like there was nobody at the end of us. Like we were at the corner of the building, and it was like a hallway. Like there were hallways on both sides of our room, and then the other side was just like building. Like we had no neighbors, and like what people would just be out in the hallway for that long, like from, you know, whenever I decided to go to bed, like 9 o'clock at night to 3 in the morning, like. So he's pretty much convinced that there was literally nobody out there, like that we heard ghosts making noise the entire time outside of our room. So then he decides to go up to like the bellboy, and we ask him about it, and basically like his face says everything, that like the hotel totally like is haunted. He's just obviously can't say anything about it because he works there. So he's just, the excuse that they give us, the hotel tells us that apparently the remotes are so strong that they work through the wall, so that if someone was trying to turn on the TV in the room next to you, that they would also be able to turn on the TV in your room, which literally doesn't make sense, because anyone who owns a television knows that like the remote doesn't even work sometimes 5 feet away from the TV. Why would it work from another room? Like that literally doesn't make any sense at all. So the hotel was obviously haunted. Then for the rest of the trip, like nothing really weird happened in the bedroom because like the Bible was open. But like if you were in the living room like having a conversation with somebody, like the lights would flicker on and off while you were like in the middle of having a conversation with somebody. Like it was crazy. For like the whole, we stayed there for the rest of the week. Stayed there for the whole week. Yeah, so I mean like it wasn't really that bad. We didn't see like any apparitions or anything, but like it definitely wasn't normal. I don't know. Oh my god, also Shining moment. I was coming up the elevator, and when it opened, there were literally 2 twin girls of Asian descent in the elevator. Twins in the elevator. So yeah, if you're trying to stay at a certified haunted hotel in Santa Monica, check into Hotel Carmel, people, because I fucking lived it. The place is haunted. If you like this story time, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma, post it on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Tori Torres, 2 T's and 2 R's, but only in the last name, not the first name. It'll be written. It's always written. And then I have codes. I have a code for 10% off with swim season and 15% off with Revive activewear below. Bye!